Hey, it's Rob from Botcopy. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. So many cool things happening right now in AI, so I want to take us back to some of the rudimentary things, the foundational pieces that are going to help you boost engagement and make things easier for your end user. So let's take a look at components, response types, why we use them, and when. So right away you see some suggestion chips. The happy path here is somebody opens it up, they decide to sign up for free, and then you see here what we call link out suggestion. This just brings them to a page. If somebody were to click product tour, we give them some more suggestion chips and a link out. Now let's say you click on contextual features. So this is a list component. You see there's 6 options here. If we were to use suggestion chips, it's not easy. It creates like friction for your mind to look through all those suggestion chips, and it just isn't organized. So it's a combination of list components and suggestion chips taking people through this experience. Now, let's say I click on one of these things in the list component. We see a basic card component. We happen to have a video in it, but a basic card can have an image, a GIF, or let's just type in GIF, because we do have a really fun GIF example from our early days. There's Dustin in the Ferris wheel, and this is a basic card. You can have a headline, some body copy, and even a button. You can create a call to action that's a little more exciting, a little more involving than just a button. Let's say you want to have something like a list that has multiple things to choose from, but each thing is tied to a graphic. Use a Botcopy response type called the carousel. Now this is great if you have a call to action for different items and you feel like it'll help if you show something. If you're doing something in retail or you just want to create or evoke a sense of brand or a sense of emotion, these carousels can draw people into the experience. I also want to show a few more, so hang in there. So this is when you want to bring in an actual web page into the bot. Okay, so view docs. See how that slid over? This is when you want your user to stay within your chat experience but access something that's not in Dialogflow but actually on a website. There might be plenty of reasons why you want to do this. Another example of this would be schedule a call. We like to use Calendly. It's a convenient way to host a web page within the bot. If you want to go to a web page but you don't want it to be in the bot, you can simply program this link out suggestion, the docs pop up in another tab instead of within the bot. It's kind of up to you how you want to work that. Many different use cases, but let's continue because we're almost done. If you want to have feedback on a specific intent or the entire conversation, you can program it to have thumbs up, thumbs down. User can add a comment. So let's take a look at the form component. This is just an example. There's a field here, selector boxes. You can have as many fields as you want, add your placeholders. You can make some of these required. It's really fluid to just have the form come up within the conversation. And then there's also the wall form component. Let's say at the beginning of the conversation, you want to establish who you're dealing with. So that covers some of the basics of our components. One of my favorite examples, Century 21, have to hand it to them. They're innovators. They are making excellent use of this. You put your information in there, it shuttles it off to the exact right agent in the right town, within a city, within a state. So imagine if you're that agent and sellers and buyers for your neighborhood that came in through the main website here. That's some pretty smart back-end functionality combined with this great response type of a form you can't miss. There's a lot of information about these components in our docs. So I encourage you to go to chat components, read up on these different things. There's a privacy policy component. You can add a profile of your bot, talks a little bit about web views. Here's all our Botcopy custom payloads, how to make these responses and how to configure them. You can, of course, string them together. So you can have a text response, for instance, introducing a basic card or a carousel, and then under that, a button, and then that button can link out or it can send a message to Dialogflow. So there's a lot of flexibility here as you go into your Dialogflow CX environment and start bringing these payloads in. I hope you have fun creating the right components. If you ever have any question about which response type to use, don't hesitate to reach out. We love to talk about best practices for which responses to choose, and we're even creating a response recommendation engine to make it easier for you to know exactly what response is appropriate. Stand by for that. We're very excited about it. Talk soon.